I'm Jeffrey, and I am not a danger to children. I am a danger to parents, though. Hi, kids! There's no such thing as a boy or a girl, and I can prove it. So gather around the family, the parents, everybody, answer my questions. You either say boys or girls. Who's usually taller? I want to talk to the kids. Hi, I don't have a uterus. I did a brand deal for tampons.
So have you heard of Jeffrey Marsh? He's a TikTok star known for his popular self-love messages aimed at kids and teens. At first glance, he seems like a positive influence, but there's a darker side to him that raises serious concerns. While some find his content uplifting, others have started to label him as creepy and manipulative, leading many to wonder, what's really going on behind those soft-spoken videos?
Your sensitivity is so beautiful. I actually think it's the best thing about you. You know what you deserve? Unconditional love, kindness, respect. I see the real you. Get out of those relationships as soon as you can.
Let's dive deeper and uncover the full story behind Jeffrey Marsh, his TikTok videos, and the troubling messages he's sharing with young audiences. What lies beneath the surface? Before we continue with the video, and my further explanation about Jeffrey Marsh, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 6,000 subs by the end of this week, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. Okay, let's dive into the video.
Everything you can think of that makes a boy or makes a girl is usually, but not always. And some of them are not even usually. Where does that leave you? Free. You get to like what you like. You get to be who you are.
Jeffrey Marsh is a name you've probably seen in cancellation talks. He's a 45-year-old guy who's managed to make a splash in certain circles with his TikTok videos pushing transgender ideas to kids. According to his own website, his videos have racked up over 1 billion views. Impressive, right? He even boasts about being the first non-binary public figure to appear on national television. But let's be real here. Non-binary just means he's a dude who wears makeup and women's clothes. If you really think he's the first to do that on TV, maybe you need a crash course in the 1980s, where that look was practically a fashion statement. Cross-dressing isn't exactly groundbreaking these days. In fact, it's way more unique to see a guy on TV in regular men's clothes. If you want to be a trendsetter, how about just daring to be normal for once?
You are worth something. Can you feel that? The truth? You are worth something. You know how I know? Because I know I am worth something. And I can see it in you. You are worth something. If you have spent your whole life with the world telling you, no, not yet. People don't do that. People don't act like that. No, you can't. You shouldn't. Stay small. I'm here to tell you something different. Take up space. You are worth something.
Now, here's something that might surprise you. Marsh claims to have studied and taught Zen for over 20 years. He lived as a monk at a Buddhist monastery in California. So spiritual. He even wrote a book called How to Be You. Thanks to all that, he's earned the title of Precepted Facilitator in the Soto Zen tradition, an elite title for guiding others on their spiritual paths. Oh, impressive, right?
I have studied Zen for over 20 years, and what that has taught me is the ability to stay silently and lovingly with myself, no matter what happens. You are safe. You are loved. I have done every single thing I can to learn to be kind to myself. That unabashedly non-binary Mr. Rogers kind of vibe. It's okay to be not okay. There is a through line between being non-binary and being Zen Buddhist and being a spiritual person. I learned at the monastery that after stripping away everything from the outside world, I was still me. And I wear certain, makeup and outfits and jewelry to express the core of who I am.
Since many, like Jeffrey Marsh, present themselves as authorities. It's worth noting that one of the key teachings in Buddhism is about letting go of desires. In contrast, the LGBTQ+ community often bases its identity on those very desires, promoting the idea that life is about pursuing whatever one wants, regardless of the consequences. This seems contradictory to traditional Buddhist philosophy. So, let's take a look at what Jeffrey Marsh has to say.
I want to talk to the kids. Parents watch the video and then hand the phone over to the young kids. Hi there. I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl? And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you, sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl.
Oh, really? Because kids definitely needed that life lesson. But here's more.
Sometimes we kind of float in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl.
Sometimes we're just fixating on things that don't really matter, like we've got nothing better to do. Normally, you'd think people would just say, yep, this is my gender, and get on with life. But somehow, obsessing over it has become the latest trend. Honestly, who cares?
'Cause human beings are creatures, and we're wild and exciting. But I want to ask you a favor. If you see a kid like me, or an adult like me, would you be extra nice to them? Would you do me a favor and be very, very kind? Yeah, like anybody, we can feel lonely. And so if you're kind to us, it would be really, really important.
Nothing says thrilling and adventurous quite like a knitted undershirt, right?
You are worth something. Can you feel that? The truth? You are worth something. You know how I know? Because I know I am worth something. And I can see it in you. You are worth something. If you have spent your whole life with the world telling you, no, not yet. People don't do that. People don't act like that. No, you can't. You shouldn't. Stay small. I'm here to tell you something different. Take up space. You are worth something. Practice loving life. Practice enjoying yourself.
That simple message about acceptance and being yourself went moderately viral, getting over 235,000 views and 12,000 comments. At first, Marsh noticed that the reactions were pretty chill.
I can hold your pain. What I assume, what I project is going on is that you are in a lot of pain, and it's very easy to blame me for your pain. And I'm very sorry that you're in pain. And I wanted to let you know that throughout my life, I have seen a lot of pain. I've been around a lot of pain. I've experienced a lot of pain. And I can be a sponge for you. I can take your pain. I don't mind.
Schools in the UK are warning parents about Jeffrey Marsh. And this is something I absolutely welcome because his influence is spreading worldwide. And I believe that Jeffrey Marsh is one of the most dangerous and evil people.
I wish you peace.
With parents sharing videos of their own gender non-conforming kids watching it on their laps.
Bodhisattva could take any form. And of course that means that they took any gender as well. The traditions and the ancient myths of Buddhism are threaded through with people being fully themselves. You are not a burden. If you want to end self-hate.
But just a few days later, it sparked a huge wave of backlash from critics on the right, who accused Marsh of being a creepy pedophile trying to groom their kids. This was surprising since most of Marsh's videos don't use bad language and barely mention anything about relationships at all. Unfortunately, this backlash was loud and intense, revealing a much darker side to the conversation.
If you need a family, you can come hang out with me. They may not see the real you, but that does not mean that you're not real. I love you very much. I'm gonna go cry. With love. Hi kids! There's no such thing as a boy or a girl, and I can prove it. So gather around the family or the parents, everybody, answer my questions. You either say boys or girls. Who's usually taller?
In his video, one guy declared, "This mental disorder needs help, not support. There's no way this freak show should be allowed to influence and brainwash kids." Another video with 75,000 views added, "Why are you always trying to get access to kids? That's a major red flag for me, man." Someone else said, "This is a grown man going after kids. It's the parent's job to talk about anything related to sexual identity, not his. This guy is basically a predator trying to groom kids online, and that's just wrong." In a different video that racked up nearly 300,000 views before the account got taken down, a woman just stared at the camera while loading her gun, captioning it, "No mercy for child groomers and predators."
I believe that Jeffrey Marsh is one of the most dangerous and evil people.
I wish you peace.
Marsh is used to getting hate and criticism just for being on social media. They started on the now-closed Vine platform and grew a following on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube before launching their TikTok account last year, which is now their most popular platform.
Oh, boys? Okay. But you've met some short boys, right? You met some tall girls. So usually boys are taller, but not always. Okay. Who likes the color pink? Girls? Okay. But you've met girls who don't like pink. And you met boys who do like pink. So usually girls like pink, but not always.
Marsh's analytics show that most of their audience is adult women. Most of their videos are meant for parents of LGBTQ kids or adults dealing with childhood trauma, while only about 6 or 7 are aimed directly at kids who might be on TikTok with their parents.
Take a watch.
I'm gonna still say it. Jeffrey Marsh is a Oh well, you don't like it? Tough. Tell him stop targeting kids then.
I can hold your pain. What I assume, what I project is going on is that you are in a lot of pain, and it's very easy to blame me for your pain. And I'm very sorry.
The backlash against Marsh's video fits into a bigger trend on the right. Networks like Fox News and anti-LGBTQ accounts like Libs of TikTok have been spreading hateful messages, claiming that teaching kids about LGBTQ identities is the same as grooming.
One of at least 2 nude resorts challenged by this woman, a 30-year-old cisgender woman who identifies as part of the LGBTQ community. She also filed a complaint against Key West's Island House Resort, claiming that she wasn't allowed to rent a room there because she doesn't identify.
This is not true. Grooming specifically refers to how predators prepare their victims. While this idea has been around in far-right circles, it's now becoming more mainstream.
One of the beautiful things about being trans is that it has taught me perseverance. And hating your way through life is not a recipe for perseverance. And that addiction to hate, it feels really good to hate me, and then that craving starts again. It doesn't actually hit the mark. I wish you detox. I truly do wish you peace.
In response to the criticism, Marsh has maintained that his intentions are to provide a safe space for kids to explore their identities without adult drama. He emphasizes the importance of allowing children to be themselves and embrace who they are. Yet, this justification raises questions about the potential risks to emotional and psychological safety when discussing such sensitive topics with young audiences.
So they're thinking, well, if schools were warning parents about the content I was creating, well, it's the school that's in a lot of pain. It's the school that has the issues, even though it was me that was creating.
In the end, The debate about Jeffrey Marsh shows a bigger clash over how society accepts LGBTQ issues. As talks about identity and acceptance change, one important question comes up. Is Jeffrey Marsh a positive figure, or does he cross a line? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more discussions on today's biggest topics.